Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be my December book haul, and I think this is my smallest book haul like ever. And it's not a bad thing because I'm finally going to be able to actually go in more details as to why I picked up those books. I feel like sometimes when I go to library sales, the books are so cheap that I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard of that book, and I grab it. So I feel like this time I was definitely more difficult in the books that I was picking up. I've been thinking about doing another unhaul video because I feel like I have some books on my shelves that are taking space and preventing me from getting more books. So let's go through them. First one is an unboxing, so let's do it. Won't be a surprise. I don't buy new books that often actually, but this one, did I really have a choice? When Brandon Sanderson comes out with a new book, I automatically get it because I know I'm going to be enjoying it. I feel like his worst books that I've read are still great, so really can't go wrong. In this one, it's a sci-fi book by him, which I feel like he has done a little bit, but not as much as usually like fantasy. In this book, you follow a main character that is part of humanity, and they have been attacked by aliens for the last couple 100 years or something. She finds a spaceship, and the spaceship has a soul, and then she uses it to go to like flight school and just, I don't know really. I tend to go towards books that I either don't know much about or from authors I already know type of thing. So definitely just would have bought it no matter what it said, pretty much. But yeah, it's definitely one of the next books I will be reading. I feel like in 2019, I'm still continuing my goal of reading big books. You're going to see that I will do a recap of this year and then do one for the ones I'm hoping to read in 2019 because I still don't feel like I've conquered my fear of big books, but this one is actually over 500 pages, so it would qualify, but I don't think I should put this one because really, I'll read it right now. I'm definitely still in my sci-fi mood, so I might as well continue with the ones that I also picked up. I really love the trope of first contact with aliens, or just aliens in general, so this one definitely was something I was into, but I also picked up this one because I've been seeing it on list of like, you know, first contact with aliens type of book, and I was checking on Goodreads and there's over like 50,000 people that reviewed it and gave it really high reviews, so I was like, you know what, never heard of you, but I shall pick you up when I see you. I swear I can't pronounce this right now. I don't know if I'm tired, but like the French is trying to come out. The Mutt in God's Eye by Larry Niven and Jerry Pournelle? I'm not sure. But yeah, first contact with aliens. So basically 1,000 years in the future, humanity has been expanding with like spaceships and travel and stuff, that description. And they find out a very, very old alien civilization, like couple million years old, something like that. And yeah, first contact with aliens. That's definitely something I want to read more of. Feel free to leave me some recommendations because I'm working towards doing a video of like all the ones I've read / my favorite ones, but I feel like I need to read more. Although I've read a couple so far, but yes, this one has been reviewed so highly everywhere I see it that I wanted to add it to my list. Plus it's also over 500 pages, so I could add this to my list, but I'm not sure yet. But I really like the idea of like aliens that are really, really advanced. I feel like sometimes, or too often in sci-fi books or even movies, aliens are not that far more advanced, considering that they just come here to attack us. It's never like more than that, and I think this one is different than that, so very hopeful here. Another one which is first contact with aliens, The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. This one, it's humanity here's, I think it's 2019 too. It's not on here, but it was on Goodreads. So it's happening in the book like next year. So I was like, I mean, if that's not a sign. Humanity basically hears something from a planet, like amazing music or song or something, and they decide to go and see what it is. I think it's like a religious organization that actually in secret sends people over basically to like meet other God's children. And it's not what they expect to be there, that is there. My descriptive skills today are fantastic, but gives you an idea. Basically, once again, first contact with aliens is something that I want to read more of, and the reviews again for this one were really high, and I believe a few of you have actually been mentioning that I should pick this one up, so very happy to also have this one. Also over 500 pages, actually, so I think all the books that I bought are over 500 pages, so I guess I am slowly conquering the fear of big books. Speaking of terrifying books, two books that I will have to choose one to put on my list of big books to read in 2019, so feel free to vote in the comment section. But I have been meaning to read more classics / Russian classics because I don't even think I've ever read any actually. But I saw these two and I needed to pick them up. The first one is The Idiot by Fyodor Dostoevsky. In this one, you're following a prince coming back from an asylum, actually, in Switzerland. And honestly, every time I try to read the summaries, it goes like way past my head. I have no idea what his books are about, except that it's more about like internal struggle and like there's a lot of philosophy in them. So again, The Idiot, and the other one is Crime and Punishment, which this one I had found the description really easy to understand on Goodreads. It was basically sin, guilt, and redemption transformed the sordid story of an old woman's murder into the 19th century profoundest and most compelling philosophical novel. So I feel like trying to describe a philosophical novel that you haven't read is way too difficult, but feel free to vote in the comment section. Should I be reading The Idiot or Crime and Punishment? Which one? By the way, those editions are just absolutely stunning. Last but not least, because I absolutely hate myself, I decided to grab this book. Every time someone recommends it to me, I'm like, yes, I'm planning on reading it, but I know it's gonna break my heart. Everyone always says that, so I've been like hesitating, but I think this one will also be on my list of the big books that I want to read next year because it's huge. A Little Life. It's always on people's list of like the books that broke them completely inside. So if I decide that month that I want to hate myself, I will know to pick this up. It has also over 500 pages. It has almost 700. All I know in this one is that you're following a group of friends growing up throughout life, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. So I'm assuming horrible stuff happens to them, and I mean literally the cover. You know there's going to be pain in here. You just know it. And I believe everything happens also in New York, which I feel like it's a city that a lot of people enjoy reading about, me included. So yeah. If you have read this book, feel free to confirm that you need to hate yourself to read this, because that is literally the thing everyone I know that has read this book has been telling me. Like, if you want to cry, if you just don't want to like life, read this book. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that or not, but apparently next year I will. Look at me only having 6 books in my haul video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have read any of these and how you felt about them. Are you also proud of me that I'm finally buying books over 500 pages and like being excited to read them? Because I mean, I bought them. It doesn't mean I will read them, although I do want to. Also, let me know if you would like me to read any of these in 2019. Obviously, I want to. I feel like this one is going to be one of the first one I read this year, but like any that you want to see in my list that will like force me to read them next year. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to subscribe because you definitely don't want to miss any future videos. Definitely give it a thumbs up too. I will be putting on the screen the videos that I've done that I recommend you check out, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.